Hello, there is not a better place to start the vlog today compare this place here. The beauty of nature. Yes, indeed. We start our vlog exactly here on the other side of the village. Nature looks beautiful, beautiful. Flowers, everything. So summer has arrived in this side of the world. So today vlog is gonna be walking and talking and show you the beauty of the village that many of you lovers of nature like, and also those who are fan of the usual conversation. It is all about the flavor, the usual flavor, content creation in Africa. What content creation in Africa have for us, what we've been seeing, what their changes, and what is positive things. Well, that is going to be today content. A little bit different as usual, but very positive, but also very constructive. And that is all about content creation. Are Africans changing? Yes. Very good things indeed. Very beautiful stuff is going on. And where and which place where we can see? Well, that is why Ayamos is here for you. Let me take you on this journey of YouTube content creation. Yes, Ayamos, the usual character from Mozambique, live in the diaspora. Yes, bringing content from this side, other side of the hemisphere. Well, if you're new here, please join this channel by subscribing and sharing, give a like, comment, also supporting. You can support me through PayPal, buy me a coffee, or Patreon. I'll appreciate really if you could do that. So today I'm going to show you the beauty of this place here, how 100 years old properties make difference in different environments. The weather has changed here, radical, but it is England, and here in 5 minutes we can have a rain. But nevertheless, while we do the usual, we share with you some beauties, some beasts. You know, if you're a car lover or nature lover, here is Ayamos walking around, talking to you and share you beautiful things. Yeah, recently I've been paying attention so much content from Ghana, and I have realized how things are going so well in Ghana content creation, to a point where I have to say these young diasporas that are immigrated from different parts of the world towards Ghana, they have a very good experiences, very good, and also they are doing very good output through content creation and YouTube. I have mentioned here a couple of times different content creators names. You know, me, I like promote also others, not only my channel. I recommend what you can go and view and see it. My usual preferred content creator on East Africa is Life with the Kings. Is almost similar when I am in this village earlier days. building his villa and so forth. But also, like many people, they have moved to different parts of the world, like live his life, start their own journey in Thailand. It's quite interesting. But there is something very particular with this journey of the kings, the life with kings, is how from zero to hero a content creator can strive. And that is amazing, especially be African and have a history, background history. Parents be slaves and not parents, and previous generations be slaves from Africa to the Caribbean, and then from the Caribbean to Europe generation, and from Europe almost 5 to 6 generations of people, and back to Africa. That is one of the reasons always I recommend The Life with the Kings, is the history behind and how they end up in Ghana, not being Africans, being descendant of Africans on the diaspora, especially from Jamaica and the Caribbean. Yes, where I am walking the other side of my village. This is the side when it's winter. People, they don't walk here. People, they don't come here because it's too wet and too dark. Now the weather has changed. Everything here is coming to life and beauty. So this is how the English countryside. But never say this, there is a lot of content. Time to time many people knows about Guatemala. Yeah, Guatemala is how I say, Guatemala is a reference, a top of the cream reference of YouTube content creation. But there is more out there compared I am Guatemala. Yeah, there is lot, and Ghana in particular has produced many diaspora young people, YouTubers that I do recommend you look into. I'll put a couple of names below for you to follow, but also I'll cross comment here today about all these content creators, Africans across the board on the continent. And one of the things is how amazing Africa is producing so many YouTubers. Really, is amazing. It's amazing because surprised a lot. You get so surprised to a point where you try to see the other side of the continent that you do never expect. Most recently, for surprise, one drop is a GJ. You have an entertainment business in Kenya, has decided to do a journey from Kenya to South Africa by road in different means of transport, like Lennox is doing. These are 2 Kenyan YouTubers. Not only that, we have this family, a Zimbabwean married to a Jamaican lady. They met in China. Is Tony Megabush. Tony Megabush is, in the earlier days of content creation in China, he was one of the partners in the videos with Guatemala. So they have the Megabush family YouTube channel. That is quite interesting, especially to see this young lady from Jamaica that is graduated as a doctor in China and moved to Zimbabwe and show Zimbabwe, never seen Zimbabwe and the Rastafari community in Zimbabwe. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I've seen a couple of videos of them, and I can tell you are quite interesting. Very, very interesting videos, especially when she compares life in the Caribbean to the life on the hinterland of Zimbabwe. Also, how you see Zimbabwe that you never see. We got used most of the time see Zimbabwe sold by tourists. Please, sold by tourists, not Zimbabwe sold by Africans. Zimbabwe sold by Africans. You see a Zimbabwe that is too commercial, or is a Zimbabwe with the concrete. But in this case here, with the family of Megabush family vlog, is another Zimbabwe. The bird is looking at me, is waiting for the time she can go. She realized I'm filming. Oh, that is nice of her. Wow, what a beauty. She's sick, what? Wow, surprised me, this bird. What is happening? Oh no, she knows I'm filming. They know I'm filming. Huh?
Robin, it's beautiful.
Okay, the names are Robin.
Robin.
Okay.
R-O-B-I-N.
You don't mind being on my vlog, but how their normal habitats of here?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and you know they say that when you see a robin, it's a spirit.
Oh.
So it's one of your relatives looking after you.
Okay.
Especially if it's letting you get that close to it.
Really? Thanks very much for that. I need that.
Oh, well there you are.
Yeah. I'll appreciate.
Everything helps you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, they say he's one of my spirits. I hope he's my father. When these birds, they get so close to you, you hear from the voice of the horse. Anyway, that was a very good encounter. I didn't plan it to come to this way. But anyway, I was talking about this family, and now this family is doing well in content creation, especially in Zimbabwe. But also we go to Tulani in South Africa, doing some content from Limpopo that most of you have seen time to time, dialogue in different platforms in different way. But there is another lady in South Africa, content creator, that I'm gonna pass through the name of the channel, does a very good vlogs in KwaZulu Natal area. Basically is in the rural South Africa, about properties and development estate. Very nice, very nice. There's been a lot of Americans, young people, going to South Africa, relocated to South Africa, and you know, doing different kind of business and thing. I have to call attention here, it's not a bad mount South Africa. You need to be careful when you do your decisions to relocate to South Africa. You have to have a financial strength. Don't count do it easy in South Africa business environment. The South African business environment is a very, very complicated and racist. Not because of the people, no, the policies, the government policies have this race-based drive. If you are not black, your chances are, if you are not black South African, you don't qualify for certain type of tenders and business access to many things. This must be clear. They call the BE. You need to research and find out what your financial strength will be when you move to South Africa. Are you going to trade South Africa product? You're going to export, or you're going to bring something to the market? And what else are you going to do it? What kind? you're gonna be attached to the laws, the government legislations, how they will affect you, because to open a bank account and to stay in South Africa is another ball game. I tell you, a very painful ball of game. South Africa is not what that you expect yesterday or Mandela said. I'll be honest, many of you say Nelson Mandela was one of the greatest leaders, but was one of the greatest racist men also on the face of the earth. That statement will be harder for you to swallow, but I'm talking my own experience. I've been in the ANC when I used to be young. I know Hugo Mazekela, Miriam Makeba, I know Chris Hani, Jacob Zuma still alive. I was there as a youth, as a pioneer. I was happy protect them, help them. Sani Joma from Namibia, I do remember them. I remember Oliver Tambo very well, his thick eyes, his son Tabo, and all these people I still remember. But unfortunately, things that didn't turn as we thought. Things turn the other way. Today, South Africa is a very complex nation. It's a nation, before you go there, you need prepare your mind, your spirit. You need see how you're gonna survive. Don't go and throw yourself with $1,000. You're not gonna see returns in one blink of your eye. This is not negativity. This is true. It's a reality. It's a fact. And many people, time to time, they don't like assume this reality of South Africa. It's well developed. They have a lot of infrastructures, but the immigration policies and economic policies in South Africa, they don't attract people. Remember, it's in South Africa where xenophobic attacks occur and can occur anytime. We have seen check effect. We have seen many other YouTubers well known by you travel to South Africa and not last. And most of them, they go to the Cape Town. Remember, Cape Town is not governed by the ANC. It's governed by the opposition. And that way the difference is. And that difference shows you something is not right in that country. Also, South Africa is the only country in the world, in the face of the earth, in Africa, does have a city that has been built in a farm, in a remote farm in the middle of the desert, just for white people, only for white people. And there is history to understand and try to look. Go to South Africa for tourism. Indeed, you're welcome anytime. You will enjoy very good vibes, very good stuff. Risks a lot, but let's move on. So we are talking about content creators, Africans, and content in Africa. Your favorite flavor that you love and you enjoy. What is wrong with African content creators? Not the diaspora content creator, not those who come to Africa and start life. Those who parents left and make life better abroad, prepare themselves, empower themselves, and come back home. No, I'm talking Africans themselves. Well, Africa themselves, very few Africans have been very successful. Very few Africans that have managed breakthrough in content creation, especially Africans with deep roots at home. When I talk about, I'm talking about the village, people from the village. This is how English communities live in remote England, rural areas. Well, very few of them. But why that? Well, that have a lot of factors. Is the exposure and the curiosity of Africans explore technology. Many of Africans people, they never went out to the world. When they experimented technologies, they're going through lot of taboos and lot of be rejected or acknowledged or accepted people. They look at them with one eye, and they don't gain respect and recognition easily. We saw the case. We have Ayamarwa, we have Abuja, we have black in China, we have many, especially in the context of Uganda. Uganda have lot content created, very good. Even I came at a point where I came across one gentleman, African, the same story. It looks the same. Is generation of a slave that end up in the Caribbean, and then generations and generations on end up in Europe, and then himself decide to go back to Africa and to rest the spirits of his ancestors for good, and redeem himself as an African, and is in Uganda. This vlogger is a very interesting vlogger. He tells a lot of stories of reality, how life in Uganda is and how Ugandans perceive. And so if you want to do business, if you want to move to Africa, especially to Uganda, this is the gentleman you can follow. I have been trying to do a lot of ventures, and he tells you things you never expect. The other side is there isn't a white Ugandan, a white Ugandan. You might be say, if he's white, he's not African. No, in Africa, it's not about the color of your skin. In Africa, is about belonging, a sense where your roots are, and where your roots belong, where you born, what you saw in your eyes when you open the first time your eyes and you see what is in front of you. That's what is Africa. Africa is not a skin. The same as you say, I'm an American, I'm a European, I'm British, I'm Russian, whatever. No. We have white people. We have minorities. We have minorities from different origins, like us in Europe and other places around the world and the earth. So in Uganda, there is this particular white individual. Really, I do recommend to go to YouTube and research. His parents come from Netherlands, but he grew and born in Uganda. It is amazing content, to a point where you get really surprised and shocked. You ask yourself, what the heck is going on? I never saw it. The same we see in Nigeria. A white man live in the slums, married, have a family, and you ask yourself, how is possible somebody like him go and live in those conditions? This is one thing bothers many people. I'll be honest with you, living in Europe and see the reality of this place, I think most of the YouTubers and Africans, especially Africans, we have built this misconception about colors of skin. We have built this thing that race is a superiority, race is a card. That is wrong, completely wrong. Race is not a superiority, race is not a card. No, it's just something that happened to humans, be in different parts of the world and be exposed to different climates and have the color of skin that they have. So that is a very dangerous chapter and thing to deal with sometimes. But I can be honest with you. Close your eyes. Don't look to somebody else's race. Look to what that person does and how that person is able to make difference in the society, the impact. We have cases like Namibia, Botswana, Swaziland, Lesotho. These are very good places to look into these things and see the impact, how race doesn't matter, and how humans can live together and have good time, and many other things can happen. But anyway, talking in the same note, we end up going back to the usual favorite thematic in this vlog, in this channel, referring to Ayamara from Kenya, this influencer, this very, very strong influencer that has divided a country, that has put content creation on the map in a village, and that has created uproar on all sides. But there is something here very curious about the content comes from Kenya in particular, is the fact that the Kenyans themselves, they didn't realize the importance, or they didn't recognize the importance and the values of YouTube bring them good deeds. Most of them, they want to copy and paste others, and that copy and paste has created problems and has brought them big consequences. Wow, this is what I like of countryside. I do remember in Zimbabwe in the 80s, earlier, before 80s, when I used to go with my father to Victoria. We used to stop on the road in many places and walk in the bushes, and this is what we used to see. But this is in England. These are new trees. These are not old trees. You can see this is a forest here, is human made. But anyway, we can see in Africa much better. And they just destroyed themselves. And I have done a live, and I have explained that how disinterest became to watch them. Anyway, but we have seen other vloggers that they went to Kenya also failed. They thought Kenya could be that key point. We saw Michael Pont. Michael Pont is an Italian that he went to Kenya without money, and then he thought he could break Eve, and he went trapped in this vicious cycle of African mentality of degenerate people, undermined others' ability of doing better. But not talking only about Kenya, we see people now from Rwanda and Burundi. This is quite curious, appears also in content creation. But what is sad here with people, especially from Burundi, is they want to show that image or certification image about their country. They don't realize always this good influencer from Africa, especially Ayamara, says you need people loves you show. If you show real story, what's happening here before what was here, like time to time we see Burundian Trevor do it. Well, carry on with my journey here. You can see I'm still in the country. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this, because this is amazing. This is beautiful. Believe me, there is no beautiful place to come. Look what is in the air. Small feathers. Yeah. So Africans in their content creation have failed big time. Look, this human beings forest made just as a tray. time to time in England, things happening, very strange killings and so forth. But that is not what I'm gonna talk to you today. Yes. So the Burundians, they are not break the molds of content creation. That is a sad, because far as I know about Burundi, it's been issue of wars and a lot of calamity, and that calamity has brought very sad stories that time to time it's been reflecting, moving, diamonds, the blood diamonds and so forth, but it's never been captured by YouTubers in a such way that we could reflect on. Reason? I don't know, and to be honest with you, I wish to know, but it is what it is. When the English people, when they see somebody like me in the village filming, they get struck. Who's this filming in the village? Yes, yeah, it's me. I am Mos, the usual guy from Mozambique, talking about. But talking about this content creation Africa, what's coming painful is everybody follow the same trail of others. If somebody goes to Mombasa and show Mombasa, everybody follow the trail. Well, it takes me back to something that I'm trying to avoid, but I have to talk about. You see, when a real content creator is those who have initiative from nothing, over sadly, they can capture something that you don't even realize they've captured. An example here is this trip between Rock Cabrera and Ayamara to South Africa. Basically, it's a road trip with different means of transport. And the way they're traveling and the way they're doing this trip is unique, because they choose places where others they didn't choose. See, they leave this trail and others they will come and I want to make also. They don't want to explore themselves, be original. Like now they cross the border of Tanzania, they're gonna stop in this town. I know they're doing that because she is pregnant, so they're trying to make sure she rests and then recovers and goes to carry on the trip to Dar es Salaam. But here is more about she being pregnant. It is curiosity of to show Africa different. Is the same. Here reminds me something else. Is when this influencer went to Argentina and he created trail. And today many people go to Argentina. They don't go to Argentina because they saw the trail that he done was not a very successful. What like Astor Aloman. Astor Aloman trail is not something other YouTubers will follow. Who was Astor Aloman? He's a pimp. He's a sexual maniac that goes around the world, take advantage of young women, and portray them as easier predators for you to hunt for your sexual pleasures or exotic madness. Basically, he share principles of pervert people. But it's a trial that many people, they don't do it on open video cameras because they know they will be targeted and they will have a problem. So Ayamara does something unique here. There's other YouTubers that doesn't do it. I can recognize that Claudio Joseph, also a Kenya influencer, had tried to create his own trial, but it's not been very successful. Not yet there is a cross-reference that I can refer to of his trials, travel trials, people follow. No, I to be honest, there is nothing yet. But he have shown once that you can create the trials, especially in Asia. So this is what I'm seeing with these content creators. But are the diaspora, the kids of those who immigrated to Europe and other countries around the world, they are coming back to Africa, particularly to Ghana, bring it in something interesting? Yes, indeed. We see in Nigeria, we saw these Moses, LND, and Sabrina. Now they are a couple. They live in the United States, in Texas, bringing something unique to content creation that is quite interesting and really very interesting to watch. It's a different content with a different way of, better say, dynamics. The dynamics they have as young people, descendants from Africans, and how they explore the world, both sides of the world, Africa and the diaspora. That is quite interesting. But nevertheless, there is another YouTubers out there, good, very good, and most of you are a bit distracted. There is a rivalry going on the positive gang between African Tigress and Dimwango. Yeah, some of you want to know, I am Oz, what do you think about this? I was not fan of Dimwango, to be honest. I find Dimwango earlier days very dull, not motivated, not creative. But I can tell you, I didn't like the series of Asia, of and Philippines, BJ, DJ, whatever boyfriend she had. That didn't go well with me. But soon as she shift to the Caribbeans, before she done Europe, she caught my eye. She caught my eye, and I love it. The trips in Europe, how she acknowledge viewers, sympathizers, subscribers, and also explore Europe in a very different way. That even me, that I'm in Europe, I never explored in that way as Dimwango. Dimwango is the only YouTuber out there, African YouTuber, that has created content, so valuable content, how Africans live in Europe, travel and live, and how successful and better lives they have. Yeah, it's true. For Africans to have a good life and live better in Europe, I'll be honest, is coming, live in a village, peace and quiet. But not all they will do that, because not everybody have the same thoughts, same vision. They don't see same interests. They get the illusion. Most of the people come from Africa to Europe, when they here come, is based on what they saw on the TV, what they saw in advert. They want to try those things. They don't want to create something different. It's like when you're watching the videos or lives, particular lives of this lady that visit Uncle Mo, My Nyam Food 74. that is from the UK here. She lived this way, somewhere this way, south, in Woolwich, where the O2 Greenwich area, that area. She explained to the people about life around. When she walks around, she shows you life and those things. So you understand there the difference between an adult African immigrant and a young African. The young Africans, all they will want to be in London, in the middle of the noise, on where everything's happening, where there's a crazy lifestyle. But I'll be honest, the best of London or England is during the day. If you want to really enjoy this place, it's during the day, and then when there is a good weather. Believe me, you enjoy this place. You go bananas. You say to yourself, wow, in the evening I could not. In the evening, the only place you can enjoy is the city of London. If you're in a very tall building, you can see the show of the lights, the buildings, the reflection. London does not have that remarkable signature of Paris, of Moscow, of New York. Doesn't. London does not have what Johannesburg used to have. No, it's a total a different scenario. If you plan yourself to come here, you have to plan to come in a very short trip, not in a long stay. You're gonna just spend money for no reason and then be disappointed. You have to plan your trips and knowing where you're coming, what you're gonna see, what you're gonna do it, and then walk away as soon as you can, because most of the times here in this place is just a quick check and quick spot and then go. The weather is not very helpful. Yes. So when you are looking tigers, African tigers, and you're looking to Dimwang, it's quite interesting here to understand something. Is these two young girls from Kenya, these two content creators, you know, they have things here almost common. But what is quite interesting, there is many people that don't see the difference. Many people that don't realize how they make a difference themselves. I have started to pay a little more attention to Africa tigress. I have to recognize she became more creative and more aggressive in the competition with Dimwango. She have realized that there is a need of take content to a level where people have to see her abilities, and that is what we saw. Now she's in 80. She was very courageous. Go to 80. I believe me, that is shows you how a woman YouTuber can transcend. There is a lady, Trifina, in Jamaica that do scuba dives and all that. That also is very brave woman. Goes around the Caribbean and other countries do content. But in Africa Tigress has changed completely. It's like one drop. It was so boring to watch one drop. Now became interest to see one drop on the road. See one drop meat, and also expose other things like Lennox, yeah, these are very good. But Dimwangu has cultivate a huge fan base, and that is that African Tigress ran short. not be able to show how possible and how to make a difference in content creation. That is one of the things makes D unique. Why? The one who brings the people, the fan base to the camera and share with them the fun part and make that fun part unique. And this is quite interesting. It's quite interesting because when you be able to bring your fan base, those who watch you and those who support you, those who open the doors of their houses, family, and they share the intimacy with you, that's another level of content creation. Believe me, that is another level to content creation. Is what we saw with her brother. I think maybe she learned from the brother, and that is good. It's like when we see Mrs. Trudy and Guadamaya in Jamaica having these good moments with different kind of Jamaican, with Joe, Power Collins, and all these individuals. That is really interesting to feel acknowledged and also realize the love people have out there is not just those comments that you have on that inbox, that I expect you do the same with this video. Please kindly subscribe if you're new here. I'm in the road of 2000. I'm not asking you a lot, but also I want you to enjoy my content. There is a shift on my content from now on. It's not just focused on the usual previous stories. I'm planning to walk in my more wider picture where you can enjoy these beauties you see here. And so we have this conversation, what is happening and what also I have seen, and then I recommend you to watch. Yeah, indeed. Please subscribe, share, and comment, give a like, tell a friend of a friend to join to this conversation, but also suggesting things that you want to know, or places that I have visited, or I am visiting, or I'm planning to visit, yeah. And learn. One of the things I appreciate a lot is learning, the sense of learning from the images I see from people. Like, that is a good thing to learn, like a car park in front of your house, how to decorate your house, how to park your house, how to show the similarity, the symmetry between A and B. You see gray, you see white, you see half gray, brickwork, this kind of architecture. You see these ones here, but these ones took initiative to another level. This is a very good things that we learn. When I came to England, we could not see these kind of doors. This is a new changing, a shift in design. Yeah, garden, you see, lifestyle. These are very good. We in Africa, we have a lot of plants, and why not plant things like this? We have this self-initiative. So that was me for today. I hope you have enjoyed. Please, I'll appreciate your comments about this video. Really, I'm begging you, leave your comments if you like my material, what you suggest, what you prefer. You prefer reaction videos, or you prefer walking, talking about different topics and enjoy life while different places where I'll visit, where I'm gonna be. So no further ado, I really appreciate for your time, and next is tomorrow. I have a trip to southern England, where the base of the biggest gay community resort area. Gonna be a journey of tomorrow. Bye.